Hi, I'm St. Francis of Assisi. I was born in Umbria, Italy in 1181. I died on October 4th, 1226 at the age of 45. I became sick while ministering to the poor and sick. My mother named me after John the Baptist, Giovanni di Petro. When my father got back from France, he was angry about the name and changed it to Francesco, meaning Frenchman. I wanted to be a knight and join the war. I was taken prisoner for a year. On my way to the next battle, I had a dream where God told me I had it all wrong and to go home. I loved animals. Birds would gather and listen to me preach the gospel. I prayed to share Christ's passion and I had a vision. I received the stigmata, the marks of the nails in the land, proving that Christ suffered in his own body. On October 4th, 1226, I died in the town of Assisi and was quickly canonized by Pope Gregory IX. I'm the patron saint of animals, merchants, and ecology. My feast day is October 4th. I thought my first touch from God happened when I was riding through the countryside and met a leper. I kissed the hand of the leper and was filled with peace. As I was riding away, I turned around and the leper was gone. I started preaching, but I was never a priest. I preached about returning to God and obedience in the church. I did not try to put an end to poverty. I tried to make it holy. My friars met someone poor and they would eagerly rip off the sleeve of their habit to give it to the person. Ways you can be like me. Pray for God to guide our lives. Donate food and clothes to the poor. Protect animals even if they're wolves or snakes. Virtues you can practice. Kindness, patience, generosity, and charity.
My name is St. Dustan of Canterbury. I was born in the 900s in Beltonsborough. I died in 959. I worked as a silversmith and scriptorium while I was living in Glastonbury. I became a Benedictine monk in about 934. I became a Bishop of Worcester in London in 957. My canonization was 1029. I am the patron saint of the English goldsmith and silversmith because I worked as a silversmith. I work to improve the spiritual and temporal well-being of my people, to build and restore churches, to establish schools, to defend widows and orphans, to promote priests, and to enforce respect for community. You can be like, you can spread God's words to others. You can help with church projects. You can make people feel safe and welcome. Virtues you can practice. Kindness. You can make people feel safe and welcome and encourage peace. Generosity. You can give your time and talents unselfishly to others.
I am Saint Teresa of Calcutta. I was born on August 26, 1910. I died September 5th, 1997. I became a sister and I founded the Missionaries of Charity. I taught high school girls in Calcutta. I spent my whole life helping the poor. I was canonized September 4th, 2016 by Pope Francis. I was patronaged by serving the poor, hungry, and sick children. You can show holiness by I performed 2 miracles. I suffered for others and I helped others. You can be like me by praying the rosary every day, and you can become a sister. You can also give money, shoes, and food to the poor. The virtues you can practice are patience, hope, kindness, humility, and charity.
My name is Brentli. My saint's name is Teresa of Avila. Teresa was born in 1550. She died 1582. Teresa's mother passed away when she was 14 years old. She was named the first ever woman doctor of the church. Teresa's father sent her to her convent when she was 16. Teresa's feast day is on October 15th. My canonization, after she got sick and died. My patronage, Catholic writers, ways I showed holiness. Teresa had to choose between marriage and religious life, and she chose religious life. Ways you can be like me. Think first of God and others. Virtues you can practice, holiness and humility.
My saint is Saint Kateri, and I'm Aiden. She was born in 1656 in a Mohawk village. She died from sickness on April 17th. Her feast day is July 14th. Kateri was known as a skilled worker. According to the legend, Kateri was very devout. Her canonization was October 2nd, 2012 by Pope Benedict. Her patronage was environment and ecology. Ways she showed holiness. At the age of 19, Kateri was converted to Catholicism, taking a vow of chastity and pledging to marry only Jesus. Ways I can be like her. No matter how people treat you, you should stay devout and believe in Jesus. Virtues I can practice. I can be more patient by waiting for things.
Padre Giorgio Frassati. My canonization beatified 20 May 1990. My patronage, police violence, was I showed holiness. He donated money to people more needy than him. He fought against police violence. Born 1901, was born in Turin, Italy. Died 1925. Franci's feast day is 4th of July. He had First Communion on June 19, 1911. He railed the younger people. Ways you can be like him. Give money to the poor. Virtues you can practice, praying for others.
I am St. Elizabeth Ann Seton. I was born in New York on August 28, 1774. I died in Maryland on January 4, 1821. In 1794, I was married to William Seton. I was the first national-born American to be canonized by the Catholic Church. I was a teacher. I was canonized on September 14, 1975. I am the patron saint of Catholic schools. I showed holiness by praying, helping the poor, and being a peacemaker. Ways you can be like me. Pray, be nice, and go to church. Virtues you can practice. Faith, courage, and love.
I'm Saint Jerome Emiliani. I was born in 1481. I died in 1537. I was a soldier. I became a priest. I gave orphans a home and a place to learn. My country, September 30th. My patrons, orphans, and abandoned children. Ways I showed holiness. I gave up my money to others. I became a priest, give money to others, compassion and generosity. I be nice to others and nice to Jesus and Mary, compassion and
generosity.
I am St. Padre Pio. I was born Francisco Forgione on May 25, 1887. I got interested in religious life at the early age of 5. Tending a flock of sheep kept me busy as a child, causing me to fall behind in school. But my parents hired a tutor for me so that I would have enough education to join a community of monks and become a friar at the age of 15. Later I became a priest and liked to hear confessions. One day I noticed pains in my hands and feet which manifested into the wounds of Jesus Christ. A Polish priest came to visit me. I told him he would rise to the highest position in the Catholic Church. He became Pope John Paul II in 1978, who canonized me as a saint on June 16, 2002. I am the patron saint of teenagers, civil defense volunteers, and stress relief. Think of it on my feast day, September 23rd.
St. Catherine of Sienna. She was born in Italy, March 25, 1347. She died in 1380. When Catherine's sister died, her parents tried to make her marry her sister's husband. Catherine visited hospitals to see the sick. When Catherine was at the age of 24, something changed her. The thing that changed her is that she felt really close to God. My canonization is 1461. My patronage, 5 Revenge. Ways I showed holiness. She gave food away to poor people. She was going to hospitals to pray with them. She was always obeying God. Ways you can be like me. Go to hospitals and pray with them. Virtues you can practice, unity and justice.
My saint is St. Bernard of Montjoux. He was born in Italy in 923. He died in 1008. His feast day is May 28. He built churches and schools. People made a statue called Great and Little Bernard. He became a saint by Pope Pius XI in 1923. Bernard became patron and protector of skiers because of his 4 decades spent in missionary work throughout the Alps. Ways I showed holiness by helping people. Ways I've been like my saint by showing respect and helping others. Virtues I practice. Hope, love, faith, and kindness. St. Bernard's dog is a working dog. He finds travelers. They shed a lot, they're good at sports, and they're a big dog.
My name is St. Thomas Aquinas. I was born in 1226 in Roccasecca, Italy. I died in 1274 in Abbonesa di Fossanova Abbey, Italy. I was kidnapped by my brothers. I was canonized by Pope John XXII in 1323. It is believed I was born in a castle. My canonization was on July 18, 1323. My patronage is of students in all universities. Ways I showed holiness. I prayed even when I was kidnapped. I prayed constantly, and I wrote beautiful books about Christ. Your path to sainthood. Ways you can be like me. Pray even when there is danger. Virtues you can practice. Fortitude. St. Thomas Aquinas showed that virtue during his kidnapping.
I'm Chimelowski. I was born in 1825, died in 1916. I was the founder of both Albertine Boilers and Sisters Servants of the Holy Sepulchre in Flint. I was a veteran and religious spoiler. I was also a noted painter. My canonization was November 12, 1983 in St. Peter's Square by Pope John Paul II. As a patron saint of servants of the homeless and poor service, volunteers, harvests, and travelers. Ways I showed holiness. As my leg was being cut off, I prayed to the Lord while I was in pain. I volunteered in homeless shelters. I gave up a comfortable life so I could live among the poor. You can volunteer at homeless shelters. You could volunteer at Club Diner. You could also volunteer, you could pray during hard times. Virtues you can practice: charity, kindness, and humility.
Hi everyone, this is my presentation about John Paul the Great. I was born May 18, 1920 in Poland. I died April 2nd, 2005. All of my family members died when I was between 9 and 20 years old. I became a priest, bishop, cardinal, and eventually the Pope. I was the only Pope from Poland in my time. My canonization is April 27, 2014. My patronage is World Youth Day. Ways I showed holiness. I was a brave Pope. I traveled to the White House, Cuba, and many places to preach the word of the Lord. Ways you can be like me. Be as brave as me, preach like me. If you are a priest, you can bring young people from different backgrounds together. Virtues you can practice. Be nice to others as you would want to be treated, and pray to God more often. That is my presentation of John Paul the Great. Hope you guys liked it. Bye.
My name is Father Emil Capen. I was born April 20th, 1916 in Pilsen, Kansas. I died May 23, 1951 in North Korea. I was ordained a priest in 1940 and joined the military in 1944. I served as a military chaplain during World War II and the Korean War. I was captured in 1950 in Korea and died from a blood clot and pneumonia, and was never released from prison camp. 62 years after I died, I received the Congressional Medal of Honor, the highest military honor. In 1993, I was named a Servant of God, and I'm in the process of becoming a saint. My patronage is military chaplains. When I was in war, I would rescue the wounded, hear confessions, and offered Holy Communion. I celebrated Masses while using a jeep for my altar. When I was in prison camp, I shared my food and led others in prayer. Ways you can be like me. You can put others before yourself. You can elect food and give it to the poor. You can do small sacrifices for others. Virtues you can practice: compassion, kindness, gentleness, patience, humble, faith, forgiveness, peace, unity, love, thankfulness, hope. Thank you for listening to my saint presentation.
I am Blessed Margaret of Castello. I was born in 1285 and I died in 1320. I was blind, abandoned by my parents, and the nuns offered me a home. Ways you can be like me. I heal those who are blind. I can help those who are blind cross the street. Virtues you can practice. I can be happy. You can be happy no matter what. You can be brave no matter what. And you can be kind to others.
I'm Saint Hildegard. My life. I was born in 1098 to noble parents. I was youngest of 10 children. I died in 1179 at the age of 81. Life details. At 8 years old, I went to live with the Benedictines. I became a Benedictine nun at the age of 18. I composed music. My sainthood. My canonization year was 2012. 5 months later, I became a doctor of the church. My patronage. Musicians, artists, and gardening. Ways I showed holiness. When I was 3, I started to receive visions from God. Novices came to the convent because of my devotion to the Holy Spirit. I followed a divine command to establish a new convent. Your path to sainthood. Ways you can be like me. Listen to God. Share my love of God with others. Follow what God tells you to do. Go to Mass. Virtues you can practice. Compassion, belief, obedience, discipline, humility, worship.
Hello, my name is Emmy Tucker, and today I chose St. John today to be my saint. I was born on October 4th, 1922, and died April 28th, 1962. I died because I chose my baby's life over my own. I have 4 children. I was married in September of 1955, and I had a degree in both medicine and surgery. I was canonized May 16, 2004 by Pope John Paul II. My patronage was April 24th, 1994 by Pope John Paul II. Ways that I showed holiness. I was loving to others, I was kind to others, I was faithful, and I was holy. Ways you can be like me. I was hopeful, I was kind, I was faithful, I was loving, and I was holy. Virtues you can practice. I was loving to others, I was patient when I was with my patients because I was a doctor, and I was holy, and I was faithful. Thank you so much for your time.
I am Saint Rita. I was born in 1381 and died in 1457 of tuberculosis. My life details. My full name was Margarita Lotte. I had 2 children. I am the patron saint of impossible causes. My canonization is May 24th, 1900. My patronage is abused women and heartbroken women. I show holiness through humility, kindness, and patience. I was able to convert my husband into a better man. Ways you can be like me. I can pray and be kind to others. Virtues you can practice. Peace, humility, and kindness.